On behalf of the organizers, I would like to extend a warm welcome. We appreciate you all for taking time off your busy schedules to join us for today and tomorrow.
Thank you, Nikki G. On behalf of the organizers of the MUS conference here, that's FMIST, IMI, the Ministry of Environment and Population, the Global MUS Group, and IDE. I'm very pleased to welcome all of the international and national participants to the event today. I would like to especially thank the Minister of Population and Environment, Mr. Vishwendra Paswan, for being the chief guest today, and for the Secretary, Ministry of Population and Environment, Mr. Vijay Kumar Mullet, for being our chairperson for today's event. And also our keynote speakers, Dr. Barbara Van Kappen, who is the coordinator for the Global MUS Group, and Mr. Ram Prasad Lamsal, the Joint Secretary, Ministry of Population and Environment, and all of the... I would especially like to thank the donors that are supporting this conference. And that includes USAID and UKAID for their support. UKAID is supporting this program through the Anukulan BRACE program. The BRACE program is the global initiative for climate change adaptation of the UK. And USAID is supporting this conference through a number of projects, including the Initiative for Climate Change Adaptation and the Pahal project, which is funded both by the Nepal Mission and by the Food for Peace program of USAID. And of course, I'd also like to thank the organizers, co-organizers of this event, including the Global MUS Group, which really took the initiative to initiate this conference and helped and supported us to do it. And IMI, the International Water Management Institute, for their role, both their technical role in working to analyze the MUS approach and research it, and the support for this conference. And then FMIST, the Farmer Managed Irrigation Systems Trust, who have taken a leading role in organizing this conference, and for Dr. Prachanda Pradhan from FMIST, who has applied his long experience in working with farmer managed systems in organizing this conference as well. So we greatly look forward to all of your participation and input for the conference for these next 2 days. Thank you all very much. Dhanyavad.
Development in MUS. Technology for MUS design, market, institutional models for maximizing benefit. MUS as a climate smart approach. Process of community engagement to promote equity in MUS implementation. And learning from best practices and approaches of community management of MUS system and approaches and the process for institutionalization. The participants in this important workshop consist from different sectors and different development institutions. A host of institutions, both national and international, have contributed valuable papers for deliberation and sharing the experiences. This shows how important is now both the approach and the implementation strategy of MUS. MUS, as I know, is still a donor-driven project implemented by NGOs in many countries, including Nepal. The big challenge is the development of appropriate process to transform it into a country policy-driven program.
It is a huge privilege and a real pleasure for me to be in a country that is so ahead on multiple-use water services, on MUS, to share a little bit of the experiences that we have been gaining as the Global MUS Group since 2003, the early 2000s, when IDE was one of the first really to implement MUS systems. It is a partnership. I would say MUS is partnership and people-driven. A partnership of some 16 core members, including IDE, USAID, including various organizations. The national staff members might be here. MUS is a way to strengthen climate resilience. And secondly, how to institutionalize MUS. What have we learned in the past 50 years about that? When we talk about climate resilience, as already mentioned by the earlier speakers, we talk about those who are hit hardest by climate variability, and the greater variability, the more extreme events, the droughts, the floods, and here in Nepal especially the landslides and the earthquakes. From a single-use design to a multiple-use design are not very high, but the benefits are enormous because we tap many more livelihood benefits. Then I'm delighted to hear that Nepal and that the Ministry of Population and Environment is also realizing that with a broad mandate, which is relevant for water, there is a huge potential to institutionalize MUS. It is often about water, and are major opportunities to institutionalize MUS. Together, of course, with the others as well. And then the local government, the processes at district level and the local level to define the LAPAs. This is a LAPA that we saw yesterday in Lumle, in the Kaski district, where the communities have been prioritizing their activities with a lot of water projects in it. And then lastly, and I would comment ideally on pointing the way in that, it's really about partnerships. It is working with local government, with the officials who come from the various earmarked funding streams, who then contribute, all of them, to the new system. So it is about spring protection, about health, about domestic uses, about sanitation, and by pooling activities together, we can, all of us can deliver a better service. And then lastly, we try to institutionalize MUS by this global network, where we keep exchanging ideas, where we keep learning, where we will definitely report on the initiatives by the Ministry of Population and Environment in Nepal, so that other people can learn as well. So my recommendations to conclude, let's unlock the merits of local water governance. It is already there. How to, we have to tap it and institutionalize that people-driven approach of MUS through a partner-driven collaboration between the different people who have poverty alleviation and climate resilience at heart. Thank you.
अहिले एउटा भिडियो मैले देखेँ, मलाई खुसी लाग्यो। अहिले नेपालमा गरीब, विपन्न, दलित समुदायमा यो कार्यक्रम सञ्चालन भएको छ। यसले एउटा राम्रो सन्देश दिएको छ। नेपाल सरकार खुसी छ, प्रतिबद्ध छ, यहाँसँग काँधमा काँध मिलाएर अगाडि बढ्न तयार छ। केही नीतिगत समस्याहरू होलान्, त्यो समाधानका निम्ति नेपाल सरकार प्रतिबद्ध छ। अहिले 1 घण्टाको पानीको बाटोमा अहिले यो सौर्य ऊर्जाबाट यहाँहरूले पानी सुलभ बनाइदिनु भएको छ। घण्टौं घण्टाको जुन समय उहाँहरूले खेर फाल्नुहुन्थ्यो, त्यो आज विश्वभरि क्लाइमेट चेन्जको असर र प्रभाव र चुनौतीलाई सामना गर्नका निम्ति यो कार्यक्रमले महत्त्वपूर्ण भूमिका निर्वाह गर्न सक्छ। सबैका आफ्नै घरमा पानी पाएका छन्। यो कार्ययोजना धेरै राम्रो छ। यसको सिकाइ यहाँबाट अन्यत्र पनि होस् र सबैले यसलाई राम्रा कामहरू सिकुन् भन्ने पनि म जानकारी गराउन चाहन्छु। र यसका निम्ति यो कार्यशालाले एउटा ठोस कार्ययोजना बनाओस् र प्रतिबद्धताका साथ अगाडि बढोस् र यहाँ 6-7 वटा राष्ट्रका प्रतिनिधिहरू पनि यहाँ हुनुहुन्छ। उहाँहरूले सबै राष्ट्रमा यस्ता किसिमको कार्यक्रम अगाडि बढाउन तपाईहरुको सामूहिक प्रयास अगाडि बढोस् भन्ने शुभकामना दिन चाहन्छु। र अन्त्यमा विश्वमा विद्यमान असुरक्षित वातावरण परिवर्तन र यसमा बहुउद्देश्यीय जल उपयोग प्रणालीको भूमिका जस्तो महत्वपूर्ण अन्तर्राष्ट्रिय सम्मेलनमा सहभागी हुनु भएका यहाँहरूलाई पुनः धन्यवाद ज्ञापन गर्दै यो कार्यशाला गोष्ठीको पूर्ण सफलताको कामना गर्न चाहन्छु। धन्यवाद।
हार्दिक स्वागत र नमस्कार। मेरो नाम राजकुमारी परियार, ढिकुरपोखरी गाविस नम्बर 2 मा पर्छ। के अरे हाम्रो समुदायका मान्छेहरू यति पीडा दलित बस्ती 70 घर दूरी कतै पनि आवाजहरू आफ्नो आवाजहरू दिन नसक्ने अवस्था साँच्चै हाम्रो यो आइटी नेपाल र हाम्रो यो डिसिडिओ ढिकुरपोखरी समुदाय वास्तविक दुःख पीडित मान्छेहरू कहाँका छन् त नि भनेर के अरे पहिचान गरेर वास्तविक ठाउँमा हामीलाई त्यसरी पानी दिएकोमा उहाँलाई धेरै धेरै धन्यवाद दिन चाहन्छु। 1 घण्टा पुग्न पर्ने अवस्था थियो। त्यो बेलामा छोराछोरी स्कुल जाने पनि कति परेर त बच्चाहरू स्कुल जान पनि भाइ बहिनीहरू पनि आमा पानीको लाइनमा बस्नुपर्ने अवस्था थियो। एकदमै गाह्रो अवस्था थियो। त्यसमा पनि अहिले हाम्रो यो मुस कार्यक्रम गरेपछि परिवर्तनहरू धेरै भएको छन्। अहिलेको हाम्रो अहिले भिडियोमा पनि देखिसक्नुभयो। एकदम अहिले मैले मन्त्रीजी बोल्दाखेरि मलाई अस्ति रुनमा आयो, मेरो आँखाबाट आँसु आयो। तर कस्तो अवस्थामा पीडा परेको हामी 1 घण्टा पुग्न पनि अहिले यो मुस कार्यक्रम गरेदेखिबाट हाम्रो समुदाय स्वास्थ्य किरण एकदमै राम्रो भएको छ। तरकारी किरानी हामीले सानो बारीमा टुक्रामा पनि के हुन्छ र खोइ हामीले लगाएर हुन्न भन्ने अवस्था थियो। अहिले हाम्रोमा नि खानेपानी पाएका छौँ। त्यसलाई सदुपयोग गरेर हामीले तरकारी खेती पनि लगाएका छौँ र हाम्रा बच्चाहरू पनि एकदम स्वास्थ्य छन्। बिहानभरि पानी कुरेर बस्न पर्थ्यो भने अहिले हामी सहज रूपमा के अरे सही तरिकाले हामीले मिलाएर काम हेर्न पाएका छौँ। त्यो पनि समयको सदुपयोग पनि भयो। शौचालयहरू एकदम खोरी हुन्थ्यो त्यति बेला, पानीको अब खानेपानी त थिएन, कसरी शौचालयहरू शौचालय र हामी अब बचत कोष पनि हामीले महिनाको बचत गर्ने मौका पाएका छौँ। किनभने पानीको बचत भए समयले हामीले तरकारी खेती गर्ने केही बच्यो र तरकारी बेचेर पनि हामीले छोराछोरीलाई कापी कलम पुऱ्याएका छौँ। खाजा हुन्थेन। वैदेशिक रोजगारमा दलित परिवार त सबै वैदेशिक रोजगारमा जानुपर्ने अवस्था हुन्थ्यो। वैदेशिक रोजगारमा कहिले श्रीमानले पठाउनुहुन्छ र कहिले के गर्ने भन्ने कुरामा श्रीमानको हात पुग्न बनिँदैन। अहिले तरकारी खेती गरेका छौँ र श्रीमानले पठाएको के अरे हाम्रो छोराछोरीलाई खाजा कापी कलम हामी महिलाले आफैले हाम्रो समुदाय कम्युनिटीले गरेको छ। आएको व्यवस्था छ। त्यो मुस कार्यक्रमले एकदमै राम्रो हामीले गरे। अरू ठाउँमा पनि यस्तै होस्।
And participants, I am honored to be a keynote speaker at this international conference on multiple use water system for climate resilience. First of all, I would like to welcome to all international guests who are joining us here today. People are directly impacted by climate-induced disasters in Nepal. That includes drought, landslides and floods. Natural resource management, including agriculture in Nepal, is disproportionately affected by these disasters. The program of Government of Nepal is responsible for implementing recommendations of National Adaptation Program of Action, we call NAPA. For ensuring Nepal's poorest and most vulnerable people are able to adapt well to the effect of climate change. The program is designed to improve governance, empower women, poor and marginalized groups, and support ecosystem sustainability. By increasing water access for each household to meet their daily multiple water need, MUS can have a substantial impact on hygiene and support the national total sanitation campaign. They can do this while directly supporting. Thank you once again for providing me this opportunity to share with you some of our experiences with MUS and their importance as a tool to respond to changing climate here in Nepal. Once again, thank you to you all. Thank you.
I would like to welcome you once again on behalf of Ministry of Population and Environment, on behalf of me and on behalf of Government of Nepal. Discuss our policies of Ministry of Population and Environment related to the climate change and agriculture and the works we have already started to build a sustainable framework for resilience community in Nepal. I have been involved in MUS while I was in the Department of Agriculture with my Director General Bharat Prasad Upadhyay. I once again like to thank Dr. Luke and his team, Vinod Sharma and his team, for giving us that time of opportunity. I have visited, and at that time I had visited MUS in Tanur district, and I have seen that they are truly a local solution to climate related risk and hazards. One MUS can cover many households and a large geographical terrain, stake in ensuring their maintenance. Many organizations have shown that MUS are actually more sustainable than drinking water system alone. And they allow farmers to grow vegetable and other crops even during time of droughts. It is therefore imperative to recognize and promote MUS as a climate smart technology. It is an opportunity for others around the world to learn from Nepal's experience, and also for us to learn from the experiences of other countries around the world. I announce now the closure of the inaugural session of the international workshop. Thank you very much.
Distinguished panelists, delegates from different countries, my colleagues, and ladies and gentlemen. So it is my opportunity to share Ministry of Population and Environment view regarding the climate change issue, and in addition to that, I would like to focus on climate change issue with adaptation technology, as we consider MUS is one of the adaptation technology for us, as all we know. So one issue was how can MUS be transferred from project mode to program mode. The varying impact of climate change has been observed in different sectors, and mostly impacted area are water and agriculture, which is fundamental need of human lives. Scarcity of water. So from learnings of implementation of MUS and its best practices, we have to replicate it across the country, especially focusing water scarce area, and targets should be for poor and vulnerable people, so that vulnerable people can cope up with the climate change issue and increasing their livelihood. As a holistic approach of climate change adaptation, it is to be integrated with local people's livelihood. For example, they are to be provided with IGA training, high value crops, farming and marketing, so that they can advocate the importance of MUS. Coordination at all levels, both government, non-government organizations, is to be ensured. To make MUS a national program, first of all, institutional capacity of the government from central to local level is to be strengthened and established. MUS is to be mainstreamed into national development process, planning process, so that MUS and adaptation options will be mainstreaming from local level to the national level. Having said with this, I stop my presentation. Thank you.
Its delivering mechanism to the farmers. From the MUS, incremental benefits like agricultural, environmental, social, and risk reduction are highly with the MUS activities. To suggest during the project mode, involvement of government personnel during the project mode implementation will be lead towards the implementation in the program mode. So with saying this much, I would like to conclude my speech here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Gandhi. Like the performance, differences in the performance of the MUS and other states like that. Okay. Benefits of MUS. Again, she might have never seen the dream of counting money in the remote locations. This is true. When the MUS is there, existed, how happily she is counting money, and you have already showed money or more than money things, Like it has promoted ownership within the community. Ownership and realization of ownership are two things. Yeah.
What is the ownership that we used to say ownership should be promoted, ownership should be promoted? If it is not realized by the community, then our definition of ownership never works. Now the MUS has supported to realize this ownership within the community. That is what we have expected. Now we have been able to plan, design and demonstrate solar lift multiple usage water system. And majority of the MUS that I mentioned are the gravity system, MUS system. But now we have been quite a bit involved in planning and designing solar system and hydraulic ramp of MUS system. And we are really very encouraged from the growing interest of the stakeholders on multi-use water system. And there is a greater understanding that rural water supply systems should be designed for multiple use water system.
There are two communities, one upstream and one downstream. And how do they share water? And often I have seen in cases in India where the upstream community uses water during the day and downstream community uses water during the night. And that kind of rotation. And they have arguments during the winter season when the daylights are very short, right? Daytime is very short like that. So the question that could come up as you try to expand MUS will be this relationship between upstream, downstream users of water, and how to allocate water for upstream users and how to allocate water for downstream users and what should be the basis for it, especially in terms of building climate resilience. This could be a very, very important issue. Not that it could be solved.
This case study reflects how the conflicts, the MUS is able to resolve the conflicts on oversharing of water. You can see that this is a case of Manamche MUS. This is in Nagada Kaski, where the upper community, they had water source was in the upper community, but they were not trying to share with the lower community. There was a conflict for water source between upper community, lower community. Less water were available because of climate change. Water availability was getting low. The source protection was guaranteed. There was a guarantee for source cleaning. The source was registered, and the lower community, they were given access to water, which is around 68 households benefiting from that. And that's how adequate water was available for drinking purposes, the lower community, and then the conflict is how this will be resolved between lower and upper community for use of water. So this is a very important thing that MUS has contributed to.
Absolutely very current and very interesting. I don't know of any studies that have directly connected MUS to nutrition outcomes yet. I think that there will be. There are a number of different mechanisms by which MUS can affect nutrition. The first is, of course, food production. If you can produce food more regularly, more sustainably throughout the year, then that can allow for better food availability in the community. A second that we haven't been talking about very much so far is water quality, a portion of the food that they're eating, which means that they have access to a much more diverse and actually much higher quality diet than if they were just trying to grow it on their own. But that's not published yet.
You need their way, they'll get somebody to approve their claim, then once they got paid, can go. Water availability, people, some, staying in very hill, and then some staying in, that one is a problem in South Africa. And then the way the government is actually trying to resolve it, especially with, boreholes, pumping water using engines and stuff like that, is actually not sustainable. Because remember again I said, there are very few people in villages who can actually be able to repair some of those engines. Sometimes an engine broke, only to find that it takes the government 3 months to come and repair it. So that's why I'm saying, if you are actually faced with that kind of a situation, it will actually come up as part of our resources management. They'll actually be saying, oh, Dr. Luke's house is there, but the source is down there. So how do you actually make sure that water reaches Dr. Luke in his house? That is part of the participatory thing that we do.
You can see a cash flow analysis here, which we have done based on our 2 case studies. And at present, the projects that we implement in the community is 100% grant. And here 100% grant means, doesn't mean it's only coming from an INGO, but it's also coming from different partner organizations, DDC, BDC. So we're mobilizing different resources to make sure that community have an access to the services.
That we need to consider. So in the case of Lumne 1, the water source has provided sufficient flow of water through the year. Even during the dry season, people still are able to cultivate vegetables. And in this VDC, there are now 9 MUS, but everybody really has sufficient water, all the households. So there was really no issue at all of water scarcity. When we look at the infrastructure, so infrastructure is not only the MUS but also the distribution system. We have a quite relatively compact settlement, and when we look at the water users, visibly there's a very good social cohesion.
This study is part of the DFID-funded project Anukulan, which means for the very few non-Nepali people in this part of the BRACE program. IDE is leading the project, and IMI is one out of the many project partners. The objective is to develop climate-resilient livelihoods for local communities through public-private partnership for 500,000 poor people in western Nepal that suffer from climate extremes and disasters. Anukulan aims at building resilience to climate change through adaptations by multiple interventions, of which one is MUS. Other interventions are, for example, the commercial pocket approach, which is implemented through collection centers, where farmers bring their vegetables and enjoy better market access.
सँगसँगै फेरि यता जीविकोपार्जनका निम्ति किसानहरूको फेरि आय स्तरमा वृद्धि भएको छ। सबभन्दा बढी महिलाहरू त्यसमा लाभान्वित भएका छन्। अनि उहाँहरूले घण्टौं लगाएको पानी बोक्ने त्यो एउटा दुःख चाहिँ अहिले हराएको छ। अनि उहाँहरू त्यो बचेको समयमा अब तरकारी खेतीमा उहाँहरू समय लगाउनुहुन्छ, आफ्नो बालबच्चालाई समय दिनुहुन्छ। अनि सँगसँगै उहाँहरूले हिजो पनि कुराहरू आए, सामान्य चुरा पोतेका कुराहरू, महिलाहरूका सामान्य ती कुराहरू आफै आपूर्ति त्यो गरिसक्नु भएको छ। त्यो खालको अवस्था मुसको एउटा उपलब्धिको रूपमा हामीले लिनुपर्छ भन्ने लागेको छ। अर्को मुख्य कुरो पानीको पहुँच किसानमा पुगेको छ। सबभन्दा ठूलो उपलब्धि भनेको पानीको पहुँच जो चाहिँ एकदम टाढा थियो, किसानहरूबाट टाढा थियो, त्यो पानीको पहुँच स्थापित भएको छ। उहाँहरूको घर घर बारी बारीमा त्यो पानी प्राप्त भएको छ भन्दै म मेरा भनाइलाई यहीँ टुङ्ग्याउँछु। हस्त धन्यवाद, नमस्कार।
Thank you.